everybody, welcome back to my channel. Good morning, Vlogsters. Today it's time to wake up. Again, full disclosure, this is the afternoon. My coffee is cold because it's been sitting here because I had to do a mouth treatment and I couldn't really drink my coffee for a while. So now I'm getting to it, but Jim went to work already and I just figured I'd spend some time with him before I got on here and talked to you guys. So good morning. Let's have that first sip together. Yay. Hi, baby. Where you going? The cat. Good morning. So I had a couple of questions and some concerns that I wanted to address. Let's see. The first one is get your earbuds on so everybody can hear you better. Honestly, the first question that somebody had for me this morning's video was, how do I stay so positive with all of the adversities? And the truth is, do I always 100% of the time? No. I have meltdowns and I have rants and I have sadness, but they don't really overwhelm me and they don't rule me. That's the difference. The difference is you have to recognize what value you have in your life besides your pain and besides your illness, besides your adversities. I have lots of good in my life, way more good than bad. It's very, very easy to focus on the negative. I think that as human beings and as mammals, we tend to focus on we don't focus on the negative because we like to. We focus on the negative because it's ingrained in us to, like, oh, you know, when we were primates and you're like, oh, when I fell out of the tree, last time I stood on the edge of this thin branch, I fell, so I won't learn to, I will be afraid of thin branches. Like, that's the way we're wired. We're wired to remember the tragedies to avoid them in the future. It's really what it is. It's like a protective mechanism. I'm sorry, that phone won't stop ringing. The other thing is, it's a choice. I do the hashtags I tag my video with the words hope, joy, happy, happiness, choose, and choice, because those are all things that you can make the conscious decision to do. Yes, it is very true that there is so much that we could just wallow in and be sorry about and am I sad that I don't feel the capabilities of crafting like I used to? Yes. Is it affecting my channel and income? Yes. Do I try often? Yes. Do I share the often trying with you? No. Because trying and failing is important, but it's not important to show every single time I try and fail. So I've come to you from the craft room plenty of times to say, hey, I tried, I did this, I did a little, but it's not important for you to see it every day. You know, I share with you the hardships to show you how to choose a different direction. The fact that I am loved, not only by all of you, but I am a daughter of Christ, and I know that there is nothing that I can do that will keep him from loving me. Guys, hold on a second. About that was Jim. He's running errands, and I just want to make sure he was okay, because normally he wasn't going to call me unless there was a problem. I guess there was a problem. Anyway, we need to make a conscious effort to focus on positivity. There are many negative things in the world, constantly. The news does not share all the good news. They only share the bad news. It is just bombarding, the constant bombardment of negativity in the world is, or can be, overwhelming if you allow it to be. I don't allow it to be. Ignorance is bliss, and is true. I don't watch the news, but I get my news updates from social media. I don't watch the news sources on social media. I do is I get the highlights from social media, and I go and I research the news story myself. So I'm not saying like you should trust social media for your news sources, but like, perfect example was like when, I don't know, when Leslie Jordan died. I went on and I said, oh my gosh, did he really? And I went on the news source, and the Associated Press and the Variety, they all had the story posted that he passed away. So like stuff like that, I'll get the news highlight, or the headline is really probably the best way to say it, from social media, and then I go and find out. Otherwise, if you just watch the news, it's constant bombardment of negativity, and that's the part that's really, yeah, it's not good. It's really not good. The big thing for me is do good, you know, in the world. Put good out there. Show love. Show compassion. Show kindness. I actually got Sylvia sent me my positive thing for today. It had 3 little birds, or 4 little birds. I think it was 3. They actually looked like Missouri bluebirds for a second with my eyes. It was painting. It wasn't like a photograph, but the saying said, kindness is like snow. It beautifies everything it touches. And that is so true. My dad used to say that about snow. He used to say, snow is the great equalizer. No matter what your yard maintenance looks like, or what your house looks like, when it's covered in snow, it just looks as beautiful as the mansions down the road. So, yeah. So it's really just a choice of making that conscious choice every day. Do I sometimes get, oh my gosh, is this what my life is going to be for the rest of it? Yes. Do I get, I hope I can drive again and I miss not driving, and that freedom and independence? Yes. Do I focus on it continuously so it makes me sad all the time? No. Do I miss my young nephew and young brother and say how sad life is without them? Yes. Do I wallow and get stuck in that? No, I don't. And that's the choice that I make. I make the choice to spend some time praying on it, thinking about it, and then moving on. That's how I do it. So that was a question that I had. How do you stay positive with your diagnosis and your pain? It was more than one question, but today was, how do you stay positive? How do you find joy in all the pain? And that's exactly the choice that I make. You choose it. Pain hurts, but you also become very used to it. You also become very numb to it to a certain point, you know. You do your physical therapy, which always helps with pain. Take your medications as you're supposed to. Follow the doctor's instructions. Do whatever you can physically to manage the pain, but meditation really helps. Prayer really helps. Prayer and meditation are just the same thing in different religions. You know, we pray, others meditate, and it's the same thing. It's basically focusing. When you pray as a Christian, you pray, you know, oh Jesus, help relieve this pain from my body, take it from me, give me some peace. I pray for tolerance, I pray for acceptance, I pray for whatever it is. When you meditate, that's what you focus on. I focus on my spirit healing. I focus on the pain getting lifted. So it's just a matter of like what you're, what you put your intentions out there. So I also had a question today, and I know that it was, or I don't know. I shouldn't say I know. It was supposed to be a heavy-handed question. I feel like it turned out to be a heavy-handed question, but somebody actually came on and said that they know that my only limitation is my weight. And I quickly said, you must be new around here because my weight has never been a limitation. The only thing my weight has ever prevented me from doing, besides wearing smaller clothes, is tying my shoes the way I've always wanted to. So skinny people can pull up their leg and tie their shoe like this. I've never been able to do that, and I've always wanted to. But there is nothing otherwise that my weight has ever held me back from doing. I've always been overweight. I played sports. I marched in a marching band. I walked miles. I was on all the teams. Nothing, it never stopped me. I worked full-time till I was 46 years old, 45 years old. I worked full-time for 37 years or whatever, or 37 years. Good math, Jerry. For 30 years, I worked a full-time job for 30 years. It never stopped me. So, weight is not my limitation. Is my extra weight the reason that my doctors are being more precautious? Yes. But these doctors didn't know me before I had cancer and before I had broken bones. So they don't know what to expect from me. And I've come to realize, or they've come to realize, that they don't know what to expect from me until they don't. Nobody expected me to bounce back right away. Everybody had physical therapy. They didn't expect me to get as far as I did, as fast as I did. Even the occupational therapist who I first stood up after my surgery. It was when I first got my TLSO on. It was 2 days after my surgery, I think. And she had me up on the walker. She even didn't expect it to go as well as it did. But it did. Not that weight can't be a limitation to many, but my weight has never been a limitation to me. That's the truth. The limitations are right now are only put on by my doctor. Honestly, the not being able to drive because my doctor wants to get the diabetic retinopathy under control, the not being able to walk without the walker because my leg surgeon wants me to strengthen slowly, I guess, and not being able to twerk or do certain back movements because my spine surgeon doesn't want me to do that. Those are my limitations right now. When I'm on chemotherapy, the exhaustion is a limitation. When I'm off chemotherapy, the exhaustion is a limitation. And I say that somewhat in jest because I think I've told you guys before that the cancer has its own sort of exhaustion it creates, being a blood cancer. I don't know if you know that kidney cancer is kind of a blood cancer. Not kind of, it is. A lot of times that could just make you so exhausted. And I knew this, hindsight being 50-50, of course. 2020, where did I just get 50-50 from? I told you my brain doesn't brain well. Hindsight being 2020. Those years leading up to the diagnosis, I was growing increasingly more exhausted and becoming increasingly just my stamina, just nowhere was it. And I know now, we know now that it was the cancer. Because if it was my weight, it would have started, when I was 6. I would have had trouble since I was little because I was a fat baby, a fat toddler. You name it, I was. that being said, I did want to mention the comment that I responded, because sometimes I feel like, wow, that was the right thing I meant to say, and I want to share it with everybody. I said to this person that it sounds like they're starting to become a person who is trying to create their own narrative to my story and searching for things that make it sound untrue, the things that I say. And I said about the limitations that those aren't limitations. And then, of course, the no doctor would want you to be sedentary. And I pointed out again that I am not sedentary as much as people think that I am. I don't show you every movement I make during the day. And they said, oh, but you said it before that you stay in bed and you do this. And I was like, well, that's not every day. And that's not all day every day. I tell you when I'm tired. When I'm on treatment, some days I can't get out of bed. But that's not all day every day. Obviously, I still have to go to the bathroom. Still have to get up and eat. But, you know, that being said, so what? So what? So what? So what if I have days where I can't get up and move around a lot? So what if some days I just sit on the couch and do my leg exercises for most of the day? So what? So what? I am dealing with this disease the best way I know how. I am doing everything in my power from day to day to do for myself, to take care of myself, to take care of my family, to now, temporarily take care of cats. I'm doing it with Jim, but I'm also doing it without Jim. Jim is working. And my home health aide comes in the morning when Jim's here. So I'm spending evenings by myself with Mom, and I have to take care of myself. I have to get up and get myself something to eat. I have to get myself ready for bed. I don't share all that with you because it's boring to me. If you guys really want to see it, I can. Just that I don't have a good camera that films. I can't hold... I used to vlog when I was doing stuff when I would walk around with the camera. But I have to... Doctor says I have to use the walker, which means I have to keep both hands on the walker. So what am I supposed to do with my camera while I'm filming myself walking and taking care of myself and filling my waters and having dinner, making dinner? This is the vlog channel. And we vlog on the vlog channel because it's about sitting down and talking and fellowship with each other. It's not about walking around. It's not about crafting. It's not about organizing or cleaning. It's about talking. It's about having fellowship. It's about sitting with each other and having a cup of coffee, or taking a drive with each other and having a car chat, which I can't even remember the last time we did that. But that's what it's about. It's not about showing you all the things that I do during the day. That's what the main channel's for. I have been talking to Jim a lot today about it's 90% Christmas clearance at certain places and 75% at Walmart starting today. And Target has 90%. And I'm like, this is my time to shine. But obviously I can't shine. 2 years ago, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 years ago, this is when I would shop. I would buy like lots of Christmas presents for next year. I'd buy them now and save them, as long as it wasn't food products. This is it. And I just am not. This is the new normal. The new normal is to sit, to actively talk to my family and friends, to vlog and talk to you guys, to try to heal a little bit more each and every single day. Currently treating tongue grossness and back grossness, but that's what my current treatment plan is. Drink my water, manage my diabetes, manage my eye issues. I get shots tomorrow, which you're going to watch this today. I get shots. Making sure my eyes are moistened enough with the eye drops, and have I taken enough calcium, and have I had enough milk today, or vegetables, or did I eat enough protein? And I don't share all that with you because it's so freaking boring. But I've talked to you guys about doing it before. You know, I make sure that I make sure that I have protein before I have carbs. And then I have to make sure I have certain carbs that I can have and I can't have, and blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever it is. I want you to know, and I think that it's really quite important, because it has affected my husband very, very negatively yesterday. I don't put any energies into addressing reaction channels. I have zero energies to put into them, because it doesn't make a difference whatever they say, because I know my truth, and that's fine. They can say whatever they want. Jim is concerned because it is starting to affect our revenue, but it's really not. I told him, I reminded him that I took 2 weeks off when I was in Vegas, and that's what's affecting our revenue. It doesn't have anything to do with the other things that are going on. So, I want to ask that you also don't put any energies out there towards anything negative, because I want you all to stay in the positive light. Stay in love. Stay under the cover of love. And I ended the last comment with, not the end of the last comment, one of the comments that I said was, I think that the person just needs more kindness in their life and less negativity. And they can see things for what they are. It's us who chooses to be an optimist or a pessimist. You choose to see is the glass half full or half empty. Nobody can choose that for you. Nobody can make you hear what you want to hear, believe what you want to believe, or see what you want to see. Only you can do that. And if you want to lean towards whatever reason, for whatever reason, go ahead. You know? I think more power to you. I just don't want to know about it. Because I don't need to know about it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me until it affects me. And then I won't let it affect me. So it doesn't affect me. If that makes any sense to you. And if it does, then you're one of my people. But today, when you're watching this, is Wednesday. I have eye doctor shots this morning. I have my bestie coming home soon, and I also have a ENT appointment next week, and I get to meet my new primary, which I'm pretty excited about. My new primary care physician. My old one, she went to go focus on her family. She was quite young, actually. She went to go focus on her family. And I'm really excited for her. I wished her well, and I said, can I give you a hug? But this is a new primary for me. She's been working at this clinic for a while, but she's new to me. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get to meet her and see if she has anything different in mind for my treatment plan. So it's all good things coming up on the horizon. But listen, please, please, I love you. Remember, if nobody's told you today that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you. Because, guys, I love you very much. Okay? And remember, kindness, spread it like snow in Minnesota. You know who you are. Oh, I love you guys. And as always, you take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.